Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, as you know, I don't do a lot of interviews, but when I do, I make them count. I make them good interviews. And today, I'm honored to be joined by Jessica Cooper. Welcome to the Bulldog Show, Jessica Cooper.
Thank you.
And those of you that don't know, Jessica Cooper is running for the job of Kenton County Coroner.
Correct.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Let's begin with you. Tell us a little bit about your background. This is what I used to always do at a deposition. I said from high school through today, take me through your education and employment experience.
Great. So straight out of high school, I began running squad at a local fire department.
Which one?
At Southern Campbell Fire.
Southern Campbell? Okay.
So I was with them for about 10 years. I started out as an EMT firefighter, went on to get my paramedic license, and throughout that time I worked closely with the coroner and with police. And through that, I was also in nursing school. I graduated NKU in 2004, so I've been a nurse since then. I started off at the University of Cincinnati, where I was a trauma nurse at the Level 1 Trauma Center, and then went on to Air Care, and then furthered my education. I now became a nurse practitioner, and I practice hospital medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center, and I also just recently opened my own medical practice, my own med spa.
You are busy.
I am busy.
You know what? If I'm the average Joe person that just listened to that, the thing that stands out to me is being a trauma nurse. How long on Air Care? How long did you do that?
I was at UC for almost 16 years, so I have a lot of experience with trauma patients, with collection of evidence, DUI cases, homicides, suicides, poisonings, rape exams, things like that.
It takes a special person to do that Air Care stuff.
Yes.
Because you see the worst of the worst.
Yes, you've got to be on top of everything, and you got to, be competent. And
you are obviously, it seems to me, well qualified. You don't have a medical degree, but just so people know, it's like the sheriff doesn't have to be a cop, and the coroner does not have to be a doctor. You're married.
Yes, correct.
To Trey Cooper.
Trey Cooper, yes.
I've known Trey Cooper for a long time. He used to plow my garden.
Yes.
Now, Trey and you have how many children?
We have 3 children altogether. We've got a 14-year-old son and then 2 girls, age 6 and 8.
Now, I think this is important. You may not think it's important, but I do. Your little girls are like really active in dance.
Yes.
Which means practices, competitions, and everything else.
Correct. They're always doing all kinds of TikTok dances or watching YouTube.
I've always said this, that a working mom could run the country better than the politicians do.
That's right. And I also feel like sometimes the busiest person can get more things done because you know how to budget your time, you know how to write lists and check things off your list and get things done.
There's an old expression, if you want to get something done, give it to somebody who's busy.
Exactly.
So it seems to me, from being a mom, from having a full-time career as a nurse practitioner at St. E's, and having your own business, you have incredible organizational ability.
That's correct.
Why do you want to run for coroner?
Well, I want to help serve my community. I want to help educate our next generation. I want to get back into the 21st century. We have to start educating our children young on death prevention, on things that are bad for them, like substance abuse, drugs, driving drunk, or any other ways that they could possibly hurt themselves.
So you see the position as coroner as being a nice platform to educate people, to keep them alive.
That is correct. I did a random survey with a few kids, and I asked them, what does a coroner do? What's the coroner? And all they could basically tell me was, oh, they just take care of dead people. They drag dead bodies away. And I want to work more closer with our community to kind of, change that aspect of what they think of us and educate them and show that we're there as public servants, that we are there to help them and to keep them safe and to educate them. One
of the things, Dr. Sudholz was a coroner for a long, long time. Is I think something that everybody needs to understand. It's my understanding that the present coroner is not a doctor.
That's correct.
So it seems to me that the public needs to understand that the deputy coroners who actually do the autopsies are doctors, but the elected position is not the one that's going to do all the autopsies. Is that correct?
That is correct. In the state of Kentucky, there's actually less than 20% that are doctors. The medical examiner is a doctor, and they conduct the medical exams, autopsies like that in 4 different locations. There's one in Frankfort, there's one in Louisville, there's one in Western Kentucky, and there's also an area up here at Fort Thomas.
Jessica, are you somebody, there's a movement afloat, locally and nationally, of citizens running for public office that would never dream of running for public office. Are you one of those?
I am one of those people, and I would never in a million years thought that I would ever be here or be running for a political office. I'm not much of a political person, but I'm here. I want to help others, I want to help educate people, and I want to serve my community to make it even better.
From a political standpoint, I think it's important for the viewers to understand that you were somebody who was one of the brave ones who signed the letter with Dr. Grunkmeyer and about 20 or 30 other doctors and nurse practitioners asking St. Elizabeth administration to take a look at the vax mandate as well as alternative treatments to what they were given, correct?
That is correct, and I feel like we should all have a choice to choose, whether or not we want the vaccine or not. I'm 100% pro-vax. I've got all my vaccinations. My kids have all their vaccinations, but I don't feel that it's right that we fired people because they chose not to get the vaccine. And I just don't feel like there's enough long-term research, evidence, and data to support that the vaccine is working.
Gotcha.
And also, as well as with kids, I'm hesitant to give my 8-year-old that has a heart defect this vaccine because we don't know what long-term effects it could have. There's studies already showing that it can cause endocarditis and pericarditis in kids.
I'm glad you brought that up. You recently did a little fundraising for I think the American Heart Association.
That's correct.
Because you had a little girl who had to undergo some heart treatment.
Yes, when she was born on her 2nd day, I noticed that she was not breathing well. She wasn't, getting as much color as she should have. She was kind of turning blue, and I kept saying things to doctors. And then finally, they came in. They did an EKG and an echocardiogram, and they found that she had a heart murmur. And then after that, we went to Children's Hospital, and they found that she had 4 separate things wrong with her heart, and that she would need open heart surgery to correct all of it. So for the past 8 years, I've started a team with the American Heart Association. It's called Team Bella, and I've raised tens of thousands of dollars each year.
Well, good for you.
In honor of that, yeah, because without the research and evidence and support, she would not have had her open heart surgery, and she wouldn't be here today.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Any final thing that you would like to say about running, why you're running, about you'd like to share with the voters?
Yes, so like I said, I love to educate people. I think that the corner needs to work closely with our first responders, with police, with fire. We need to help make this a collaborative effort. We're all part of the multidisciplinary team, and the better that we can all work together, the better outcome it is for the public, for the decedents.
Outstanding. And by the way, with the last name of Cooper, which is your married name, you ought to do good in Southern Kenton County.
Yes, I hope
Everybody's
so.
a Cooper or related to a Cooper.
Yes.
Jessica, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best, and
Thank you.
make sure you send us everything on your campaign, and we'll spread it all over the place.
Okay. Thank
you for coming in.
Thanks.
This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Vote for Jessica Cooper for Kenton County Coroner.